In Vienna on Thursday, security talks with Russia were going into the next round. The head of the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe had a stark warning.
It seems that the risk of war in the OSCE area is now greater than ever before in the last 30 years.
Afterwards, he said, there has been no breakthrough. Moscow on the same day said its efforts were hitting a dead end. It follows talks between representatives of Russia and NATO on Wednesday at the NATO headquarters in Brussels. Russia has forced the United States and its allies to the negotiating table by assembling around 100,000 troops near the border with Ukraine. The US Deputy of State commented after the 4-hour talks.
What is this about? Is this about invasion? Is this about intimidation? Is this about trying to be subversive? I don't know. But it is not conducive to getting to diplomatic solutions. So Russia has a choice to make.
Moscow has said it has no intention of attacking Ukraine and has every right to move its soldiers in its own territory and to carry out exercises as it sees fit. On the same day as diplomats met in Brussels, Russian tank units held drills near the Ukraine border. Russia says that after decades of NATO expansion, it is determined to draw red lines and stop the alliance from admitting Ukraine as a member or basing missiles there.
The main task of NATO policy and military deployment is to deter Russia, and enormous resources are being allocated for this purpose. They don't conceal that it's the alliance's main purpose.
NATO Secretary-General Jens Stoltenberg underlined that NATO would continue to be open to new members.
And therefore also allies totally agree that it is only Ukraine and 30 allies that can decide when Ukraine is ready to become a NATO member. No one else has anything to say, and of course Russia doesn't have a veto on whether Ukraine can become a NATO member.
The US and NATO left an open window for the possibility of future talks with Moscow. Russia has said it will decide on its next moves after this week's talks. It has threatened with unspecified military technical measures if its demands are rejected. Eddie Aitken, NTD News.